Hey Floss Tube, this is Dana and my channel name is Gemstone Stitches. I am back to do an update with you. I've been really excited to get on here and do an update. I've been wanting to do it for a couple weeks, but I just haven't gotten myself together enough at any point to go ahead and do that update. But I do have some time today and I have the house to myself, which is very rare. And my son is napping, so I thought I am going to jump on here and do that update. And I want to say welcome back to those of you who are subscribers, and welcome to anybody who is just finding this video and jumping in and watching. I love being a part of this community. I just love watching everyone else's videos and being able to share in the hobby and other things that we end up talking about. It's just so fun to see everyone's projects and hear about people's lives, whatever you decide to share on here. Real quick update, we're still kind of in the same position. You can watch my last videos to find out all that information, but we're still living with in-laws right now. Haven't found a house, so at this point we're desperately looking for a rental home because we don't want to rush into buying a house. There's not too much out there, especially because it's, you know, the middle of February in Vermont, so not too many houses go on the market at this time of year. There still are some, so there's a chance we could find something in the next month or so, but in the meantime we're gonna try and find a comfortable rental because we do want to have our own place before we welcome this baby that's here in my belly, my biggest work in progress. Currently 29 weeks and still feeling pretty good. All the normal pregnancy type feelings, feeling big and hard to find comfortable positions to sleep and stitch in, and some heartburn, but otherwise I consider myself feeling very good and having a good pregnancy, and hopefully this baby stays in my belly as long as possible, so that, you know, we don't get any surprises of ending up having to bring the baby home to a home that's not ours, because I'd really like to bring the baby, have our own place when we have the baby. So keep your fingers crossed for us that something pops up, because if we get a rental, we might be in the rental for a good amount of time, so we do want it to be a nice place. So enough about all that. Let me get into, I have WIPs, I have one little finish, I have some really exciting haul, at least exciting haul for me, I guess you could say. I don't know how exciting it is for everyone else, but I'm pretty thrilled about it. And then I have a new little hobby that I dabbled in as well that I wanted to share with you. So first things first, I have my Heaven and Earth design, Peacock Days. So there is that project in all its glory. It is a pretty big project. I forget how many pages it is. 20 something, 36 pages, not 20 something, 36 pages. So I have gotten almost the second page done, and I don't remember where I was the last time I showed you guys. I don't know if I'd only gotten one page done or had started on the second page or what I was doing, but anyway, I'm so close to the second page finish here. So all I have left is that top corner. That's probably about 4.5, 5 blocks of stitching in that area right there. I like to work in bigger areas. And so far I've gone through almost all my parked threads in that area. I have about 4 or 5 more colors that I just need to thread onto the needle and work in that area and then park them, and then any other spot that's still open I will have to bring in a new color or another piece of thread of a color that I run out on. I think I'm getting a little bit better with my tension and trying to incorporate some techniques that I've heard other people talk about, such as when I am coming from the back of the fabric to the front, that I try to go through a hole that has the least amount of work done in that hole, and then go back down from the front to the back in the holes that might have already 3 blocks done around it. So that's another technique that I started to work on, but it's better. Like right here you can see there's a major ripple, and I think that might have something to do with my tension, and it just feels a little tight once you start getting to the end of that block area. You know, you have your last maybe 30 stitches to go, and it feels harder to get your needle in and out of the fabric because it's 28 count Lugano stitched 1/1. So I think maybe if it was 25 count, I'd have less of an issue with that. But I'm not starting over. I already actually started over on this project to do 28 count 1/1, and I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to keep trying different techniques and working on my tension and doing the best that I can. And hopefully by the time I get to her face over here, you know, these lighter areas, I'm doing a lot better, because I feel like in the darker spots where I was, it's less noticeable to see imperfections like those ripples. And so hopefully once I'm getting over into these lighter areas, I'm working on this top row here, I'll be doing better and better and better. And then, yeah, lots to go. It's a multi-year commitment. And it's a Josephine wall, which she's known for being quite confetti heavy, and it is very confetti heavy. Okay, my next WIP that I have been working on is the stocking. It's a Dimensions Gold kit called Candy Cane Santa, and the designer is Donna Race. And this is what it looks like. So I started in the middle, which was kind of in his beard area. Yeah, it was his beard area. And I've just been working my way out from there. So at this point I am here. And I left off with some green. I still have my, oh yeah, good. My needle's on the back of the needle minder. But I stopped because we had to go somewhere, and also there's a little knot that came through. So I said, okay, forget it. I don't feel like dealing with that knot right now. So I put it away. But I think Santa's face is turning out, it has turned out so beautiful. I love it. It's not back stitched yet, so there's going to be even more detail in there. And the Dimensions Gold collection, I'm finding out, has a lot of things in there that I'm not used to doing, such as blended threads, and also there's a lot of half stitches in there. And then the half stitches, like this green right here, has 5 strands of thread. So I'm used to just doing 2 strands of thread at the most. And in this, you really have to pay attention to, is this a blend? How many strands of thread am I supposed to be using? So I forgot to mention that I did join the Full Coverage Fanatic Facebook group. And I'm just doing the main challenge. There's a lot within this challenge, or a lot more you can participate in, but I mainly joined because I wanted to be able to make progress on my full coverage pieces. So the challenge is each month you need to stitch 1,200 stitches on your projects. I think some people are even doing multiple projects. Like they'll have maybe 4 different full coverage projects, but they're only doing 300 stitches on each. So they're still getting 1,200 stitches total. It's just on different projects. Whereas me, both of the full coverage for January and February, I am doing the Heaven and Earth design project I just showed you. So I already did 1,200 stitches in January, and I might have already finished 1,200 stitches for February, but I know I'll have 1,200 done once I finish that second page. So I was thinking about doing this one for March because it is full coverage. I mean, in this pattern, every single part of what you see on the stocking is stitched, but I have to be really conscious of, you know, how many stitches I'm getting, because a lot of them are half stitches. So it can still apply. It's just that if, let's say you did 300 half stitches, it really only counts as 150. So I'll just have to really look at what I'm doing and keep track if I want to apply this project to March, which I might, because I kind of want to have a break from the Heaven and Earth design project, and I do want to keep working on the stocking. I want to keep making progress on that throughout the year. So we'll see what I do, but I'm having a lot of fun with that one. A couple other little projects I worked on. Well, I got to finish. I did a, I did a Mill Hill kit. It's Christmas jewels, and this one's called Lapis. And this is the finish that I got. Very pretty. You can see all the little beads. There's a lot of gold beads, and then there's green and blue beads as well. I really loved the colors in this one and the shape of the ornament. I'm probably going to go ahead and do all the jewel ornaments for my Christmas tree, and I also want to do a lot of these to give as gifts to family members, because it's really quick and it's just a fun project. You can stick it, I mean, it comes in a little bag like this. You can stick it in your purse and pull it out at any moment, or if you're traveling. Not that I've really done that, but I mean, you could if you wanted to. So that was my finish, and I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this one. And then I also started, it's called another Mill Hill, and it's called Winter Holiday Collection Chalkboard Christmas. So this is what it looks like. It's not very heavily beaded. It's not a very sparkly one, but I really liked the chalkboard look and the pop of the red and the green on there. And I didn't get too far. I just am working on the gray. I don't even know if it goes this way. Probably does go that way. But you can see there's a couple little breaks in here where there's going to be beads. So that's all. I got started on that one. So I'll keep chugging away. I already have a couple mill hills in mind for my stepmother-in-law and father-in-law who we're staying with right now. She does a lot of canning. She sells her jams and pickles and applesauce and I mean all sorts of things that she makes. She sells them at craft fairs and farmers markets and things like that. And she does a lot of pickling. And she even has, when she goes and does her shows, she wears this little pickle pin. And it's really cute. So I saw there's a Mill Hill ornament pickle. So I'm going to definitely do that one for her. And they also have a camper and they like to go camping. And I saw there was a camper one. So I'm thinking I'll do those two for them. And then I'm sure it will be very easy to pick out a number of other ones for other family members that I'd like to give to, because there's just a ton out there. And I think it's just a really precious little Christmas gift to give somebody that they can keep forever. Okay, so those are my WIPs. My new little project that I tried, it's called diamond painting, and I was very much enabled by the Floss tube community. I had never heard of this until I watched Floss tube videos and saw some people working on them, even doing tutorials on them. I think Stitchin' Mommy, Sarah the Stitchin' Mommy, she has a video tutorial on her diamond painting. And then I can't remember the other girl's name. I think it might be Caitlin, but I don't know what her channel name is. She does really big ones. Those are the two I can remember right now. But I kept wanting to try it myself. So I finally got online and bought a few diamond painting patterns. I just chose to do mandalas instead of a scene because I wasn't sure how clear these come out, how detailed they are. I feel like they look pretty pixelated, so I thought a mandala might be a great way to start to see if I like it. And I like purples and greens and blues a lot, so found this guy. I am not finished, but I'm pretty close. So I've got the top half all the way done, and I've got all the way around here done, and I'm just working on those. There's still some blues and purples, and then I'm going to get on into the green area. So I've actually gotten a lot accomplished on this because a lot of times my husband and I will go downstairs after our son goes to bed and we'll play cards with our in-laws. But before everyone's ready to play cards, we'll just turn on the TV and I'll work on this. So that's how I've gotten so much done. My father-in-law likes to laugh at me while I'm doing this because he must think it's silly, but I don't care because it is a lot of fun. It's very addicting. It works really well. Like, it comes with this paper because this is very sticky. If you hear my finger get stuck to it, it's very sticky. So what you do is you pull back the paper and then you stick these tiny crystals on them. And they're smaller. I thought they would be bigger than they were, but they're actually smaller than I thought, which is good because that makes it a little less pixelated. And the paper doesn't really stick anymore because I've done so much here. So I just usually have it covered so that dust and things don't get stuck to it. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this. I did buy another mandala because I thought what would be fun is to frame them and put them in a bathroom or something like that. And I actually gave one of them that I bought to my mother-in-law because I thought she might like doing it, and she looked interested and picked one of the ones that I bought. So I only have two, and then she has the third one that I bought. And then I also bought one for my sister because she is like sparkly glam girl, and I bought one for her that was, it's like an eye, a really sparkly made up eye with rainbow, basically all different colors of makeup on it, and a little butterfly down here. And she has this whole elaborate setup in her room where she does her makeup. So I thought it would be a fun little hobby for her to do, and also something that she can put up by her makeup table when she's done. And she seemed to like it, so we'll see how much she enjoys it once she starts doing it. But they're really not that expensive. I think I paid like $12 or something, maybe $15 for the whole kit. Comes with everything you need. So to me, that's not too bad. I probably won't do a lot of these in my life, but I just wanted to try it out because I really need to stick with cross stitching. With as many projects as I have with cross stitch, I just don't have time to do a ton of other crafts, and I do enjoy cross stitching the most. So okay, now I have a couple things of haul to show you. First, I'm going to start with the most very exciting one. I was able to get my hands on Up on the Rooftop by Tilton Crafts. This is what it looks like. So it's kind of like a dollhouse, and it's, you know, kind of just a Christmas scene all in there, all the different rooms, and then Santa Claus is up on the roof about to deliver presents. I love dollhouses, so this speaks to me a lot for that reason, and I love it. And it's a retired pattern. You can't just go online and buy it, or you can try to find it on eBay or Amazon or places like that, but in my experience, I had zero luck with that. Every time I might have found it online, it was already sold. So I did get onto Stitch Mania and asked, you know, how might I get my hands on it, and they recommended that I email the company and ask. So I did do that, but I never heard back, so it was really disappointing. And then I did something really silly. Looking back at it now, I don't know, duh. I mean, what was I thinking? But I saw somebody post their progress on Stitch Mania of this project. So I messaged this person, which is completely unlike me. I'm not going to just go on and find some random person and message them and say, ask them for something. I asked her if she could send me a copy of the pattern. And I was like, I don't even know if you can do that or not, but I thought I'd ask. Why not ask? It doesn't hurt to ask. Because that's how much I wanted this pattern. And of course, she emailed me back and she said, that would be copyright. Duh. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just had a little moment of bravery where I thought, I'm going to ask for this from somebody. And yeah, it makes no sense why I did that. But we didn't break any rules. None of that happened. Didn't work out. But she suggested again to email the company. So I thought, well, I guess I'll try again and mention that this is my second time emailing and I'm very interested. And she got back to me, I think her name is Shelly, got back to me right away and said that she had a copy hanging around. And she set up a PayPal for me to purchase it, and then she mailed it to me. So now I have my hands on this. I'm so excited. It is going to be a beast of a project because it's pretty much like a heaven and earth design. There are 28 pages on this, in this pattern. So now I have Peacock Days by Heaven and Earth Designs. I already bought A Stitch in Time by Heaven and Earth Designs. And now I have this from Tilton Crafts. So that's my cutoff. No more full coverage, huge projects, because seriously, how am I going to ever finish all this stuff? I know a lot of people do it. They can finish a lot of things, and a lot of people just enjoy working, cross-stitching, and the progress that they make. And I admire those who have like 20 full coverage projects that they're working on at a time. Just for me personally, I find it hard to see me finishing all those projects. So I need to cut myself off and work on, you know, smaller projects with these larger projects. And that will be that. Unless something else comes up and I can't help myself. But for now, that's how it's going to be. The next thing that I have to show you, a fun purchase that I have, is from a local needlework store. It's actually about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half away from where I'm staying. It's in Stowe, Vermont, called The Wooden Needle. So I took a little trip out one day with my son. Yeah, I was being brave, and I brought my son with me to the needlework shop. And I set him up with, I had Bambi downloaded on my phone, and set him up in a stroller watching that. He was so well behaved that when we were done, I stopped at the Ben & Jerry factory and we got ice cream because I felt like he needed a treat, because I got to stand around in that shop for over an hour. I don't know how long I was there, but over an hour, and just look at all the patterns and pick something that I wanted. And what I ended up with was Ink Circles Forest Flower. I really like the design. I don't have anything geometric. Well, I guess I have a Long Dog sampler, but that's like motifs. This is more like a geometric, like you're looking through one of those telescope things where you turn it and the different beautiful pictures keep popping up. I forget what that's called, but that's what this reminds me of. The colors didn't particularly call to me because they're mostly, I love the teal green type colors. And then there's like a light green, but I wasn't a fan of the brown. That's probably why they call it forest flower, because it's greens and browns. But I wanted to change the colors out, and it does call for, what kind of threads does it call for? Gentle Arts. And she did have Gentle Art thread there. So what I spent, after I finally found a pattern, the other half of my time spent there was looking at all the Gentle Art thread colors and coming up with Sorry, I'm getting phone calls and text messages in the middle of this, so I'm getting distracted and I'm gonna have to splice together my video. But anyway, I spent most of my time looking at the thread colors and putting together something that I really liked. So if you look at the pattern, there's a couple dark greens in there, and so I'm gonna put these two together for that. That is Island Blue and Grape Leaf. This one's Island Blue and the lighter one is Grape Leaf. And then there is a third dark color in there, and I'm putting Black Raspberry Jam in. It's a purple and blue color, and then there's two different lighter colors. So that one's gonna be Dungarees and Misty Harbor. So here is what it looks like all together. I don't know if it's gonna look the best all together, but I decided I'd spent too much time already looking, so I need to stop and just go with something. So we'll see. It'll be an experiment, just something fun to try a new pattern and try a nice thread out. There's a lot of variegation in at least 3 of those colors have a lot of variegation in it. So I'm excited at some point to do that. I don't know when, maybe for Stitch Mania or something like that. Well, actually, I'll have a newborn by then, so who knows when I'm going to do that. So my plans are at this point is to first finish my second page of Heaven and Earth design, and then I'm going to let that sit for a while. I'm not sure how long, but I'm going to put that away for a while, excuse me. And then I'm going to continue working on my Candy Cane Santa, and I'm going to apply that probably towards the full coverage Fanatics that I'm in. And then I'm going to, I said I was going to do this in my last video, and I haven't gotten around to it, but I will not, once I finish that second page of Heaven and Earth design, I will be working between the stocking and the Spring Garden drawn thread here. So I started this during Stitch Mania. It was a very small start because, as you know, you only spend 1 day on each thing. So all I have done, there's my little Peter Rabbit, is the first word, which is Forsythia. And then, oh, and I have Lily. Forsythia and Lily. So I will start working on this because I would like to finish this before spring comes or during the springtime. That's my goal. I have all 4 seasons of this. I already finished the Winter Garden, and I finished that before winter came, and we'll see if I can finish this one before spring comes. If not, I hope to finish it during spring so that then I can get started on summer garden. So those are my plans, the stocking and this, and then maybe sometimes I'll work on my Mill Hill chalkboard ornament. I think that is everything that I had to update you guys with. I'm enjoying myself thoroughly with all this stitching and watching everyone else's progress and you know, your end of year wrap-ups, your plans for the year of 2018. People are participating in Olympic challenges. Just the millions and millions of things you can choose to do with cross stitch. It's so much fun to watch. Let me see, it's mid-February. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so hopefully I'll get another video up before this baby comes, and then I'm not sure what will happen with my videos from there. I'm not sure what will happen with my stitching or my videos from there. So hopefully I can keep finding some time to stitch and upload these videos. I know that there's a lot of moms out there who do it, so I'm sure I can do it as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up. I love all the comments that people give me. Happy stitching to all of you,